Christian Novels Audiobooks, The Story of Wayne and Jean Vozzolo, the Cross Penny Series, Kisses of Mercy, Episode number 111. Colton watched Wayne and Jean cross the road holding hands to get the truck. Boy, my real parents never did that. Neither did my foster parents. All any of them did was fight and argue and whip up on me. Mine too, Sean agreed. Parker commented, my biological parents did. My foster parents never beat up on me, but my real parents, Wayne and Jean, always act like that. I hear you, man. The other amigos, except for Trish, agreed about their own biological parents, but said their foster parents didn't beat them. Well, my foster parents never beat me, Trish said. My real parents were loving like that. Carrie interrupted. Guys, I've been around the Vozzolos a long time. While I'm certain they must disagree sometimes, they never do that in front of anybody else. They have been examples of what a Christian couple should be at all times. What's their secret? Sean asked. No secret at all, Sean, Carrie answered. They both are lovers of God with their whole hearts. They each found someone who loved God as much as the other did. They pray and read their Bibles together and separately daily. Then they both try to outdo the other on all the principles in 1 Corinthians chapter 13. That would be a good passage for you guys to memorize, she said, looking at all of them. Believe me, Jean is quite capable of getting up by herself and opening the door by herself. Wayne is kind and a gentleman. Jean is kind and letting him do that. They laugh with each other and smile a lot at each other. They talk, they hold hands, they kiss often, and are genuinely delighted to be in each other's presence. It's really more a right heart thing. What's on the inside is what bubbles out on the outside. And they both have the love of God on the inside, and they always tell the truth. And one more thing before Beth tells us our break is over. Carrie stopped and looked at Beth. Please continue, Beth replied. There have been over 200 guys come to Vozzolo Produce over the years. The vast majority had never experienced the love Wayne and Jean gave them, much less that kind of living. Biblically based marriage class right in front of their eyes. I know they are the reason my own marriage is great. Every guy would say that they saw and experienced the right example to base his own marriage on, regardless of the multiple wrong examples that he had experienced earlier. There, except for saying, if you are wise, you will learn all you can from them about everything, including marriage, before you fly the coop and move away from here. I believe I am finished with my sermon for this morning, Carrie said, hopping up and clapping her hands. Now, back to work. Beth, I'm going to put our linens from the apartments in the dryers. I'll be right back, Barb said as Russ helped her up. And I'll be right back, too. I'm going to help Barb, Russ replied as he gently grabbed her hand. As he kissed her, he whispered, That's one sermon I'm still in. You should, Barb whispered back. My lady, may I help you up? Willie asked Beth, extending his hand. Most good sir, that would be much appreciated, she replied, smiling while taking his hand. Saturday afternoon, as they drove back home, Russ and Barb talked about how God must have led Gwen and Mark to Vozzolo Produce. Sweetheart, it is such a place of faith like I've not seen in any church in a long time, Russ said. Did you hear Sean and Mark quoting the verses from Proverbs 3 back and forth to each other? Barb asked. Jackie interrupted. Mark and Sean said they're going to learn 1,000 verses together. The other amigos said they wanted to do it too. I really like working with everybody and running with Sophie and Trish and Jean. Excuse me, young lady, why are you calling her by her first name? Barb asked. Because she told me to, Jackie answered, defending herself. Okay, that's okay then, Barb replied. Anyway, Jean's a really neat person. Mom, remember how you two laughed over the old I Lucy show? Yes, Barb answered. Well, she and I watched it that last night, and it was hilarious, Jackie said. And that Wayne, he's one more working machine. I'm still sore from yesterday afternoon, but he didn't even act like it fazed him at all, Russ added. I need to really focus on those verses from Proverbs chapter 3, he said as he began to quote them. Dad, I think I know what you'll be preaching tomorrow, Jackie laughed. Well, Jackie, I need to hear that sermon myself, Russ laughed as Barb joined him. After working until Beth called time to quit, Chester, Carrie, Sophie, and Sammy took Trish back to Gwen's apartment. Gwen had given her spare keys so she could get inside. Gwen came home a little later after stopping by the locked mailbox. How'd it go today over at Vozzolo Produce? Gwen asked as she put some letters down on the kitchen table and greeted a freshly showered, still with wet hair Trish dressed in an orange Go Iguanas t-shirt and black pants. Trish started crying. "What's the matter, Trish?" Gwen asked. "Please don't find me someplace else to live. I want to stay here. It's the first time I've felt at home since the fire," she sobbed. "Oh, Trish, I told you I would find you an address, and I have found one. I already wrote it down for you," Gwen answered as she gave Trish a quick hug. "You did?" "Yes, I did," Gwen answered as she took a piece of paper from her pocket. "Here." Trembling, Trish took it out and looked at it. "But this is your address, Gwen." "Yep, it's now your address, too. If you don't mind sharing a room with baby things for the time being. And school starts Wednesday. I'm off Tuesday, but we'll ask Mrs. Fitzgerald if I can leave early Monday so we can go see your brother and your grandparents." Trish just sat down on the floor and cried.